That is 110 million old Ghana cedis. And the question is, what do they have to show for this unprecedented borrowing? Do they have new secondary schools to show for? President Mahama has 124 e-blocks to show for his borrowing. At least he fully completed 46 with 30 others at different levels of completion. President Mahama has a plethora of hospitals scattered across the length and breadth of Ghana to show for his borrowing. He has the whole airport to show for his borrowing. The Kumasi Airport, the KGTR market, the Kochukraba market. I mean, a host of projects which have created sustainable jobs for the people of this country, and projects which are even paying for themselves. Okay? If you look at how we even strengthen state agencies under us, parastatals, to borrow on the strength of their own financials for critical investments, like the MPS Thermoport project, which today has made a Thermoport the biggest port in the whole of West Africa. It used to be Lagos, which had the biggest port. Today, Ghana boasts of the biggest port because of that MPS terminal that we built. Without the government of Ghana spending a penny on, we had to strengthen the Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority under the leadership of President Mahama to do that. And that has created thousands and thousands of sustainable jobs for Ghanaians. Look at Terminal 3, which is now by far the best airport in the whole of West Africa. We built that without central government investing anything in there because we strengthened the Ghana Airport Company Limited by allowing them to retain a large chunk of the IGF, which they should have been paying to the central government. President Mahama allowed them to retain that to improve their financial books.
So IGF meaning internally generated.
Exactly, and that is how come they were able to borrow on the strength of their own financial books for the Terminal 3 project, which, by the way, is already paying for itself and has created a lot of jobs. These are just two. The Maritime Hospital, started by President Mills, completed by President Mahama, the Bank of Ghana Hospital, are all examples of how innovative the NDC is when it comes to developmental projects. Even when central government is not borrowing, we find a way of strengthening parastatals and independent state institutions to undertake these critical investments that creates jobs and that develops the country and improves the standard of living of Ghanaians. Now, this is what we did with just about 56 billion Ghana cedis, which we borrowed. They've added quadruple of what we added to the public debt. 216 billion and still counting. They don't have one secondary school to show for that because they've not built one secondary school in the last 4.5 years for the people of this country. It's so sad. They've not built even a hospital, a single hospital. Yet they promised one district, one hospital in their 2016 manifesto. They've not built a single university. Yet President Mills can boast of 2 universities in 4 years. The University of Health and Allied Sciences in the Volta region and the University of Energy and Natural Resources, UNER, in Sunyane. President Mahama can also boast of the University of Environment and Sustainable Development, which we started in the Eastern region. Okay, they cannot boast of one single university. They cannot boast of one single airport. President Mahama can boast of the Wa airstrip, the whole airport, and so on. We did that. We did the rehabilitation. We did the phase 1. They are only completing the project. They are completing phase 2 because they came to meet, phase 1 already done. And so phase 2 is just a completion of phase 1, the continuation of phase 1, which President Mahama conceived and started. Okay, and in fact, they berated him and insulted him and lied against him relative to that project and all that. But today, they have very little to show for. So what am I telling you? What I'm telling you is that all is not well with our economy. We find ourselves in an unsustainable debt hole because of their reckless borrowing today. And the sad thing in all this is that whereas future generations are being saddled with debts that they will have to cough up money to pay in the future, this government is not bequeathing to them any significant developmental projects that can pay for these debts.
Why do we have all this?
Their pension for consumption, corruption, and profligacy. Whereas we prioritize, you see, it's all about priorities. President Mahama is today called a nation builder by a lot of Ghanaians because he prioritized investments in developmental projects. And his record is there for everybody to see in every region of the country and in every sector. Okay, now they rather prioritize consumption. So the freebies, free this, free that, that is what they spend their borrowed funds on, number one. Number two, profligacy. Look at the difficulties the people of Ghana are going through today. My brother, today you go to our hospitals and you see children, women, pregnant women, sleeping on bare floors. You know why? Because there are no beds. The no bed syndrome is on the ascendancy because this government is not investing in the expansion of health infrastructure. Right. You go to our communities today and a lot of Ghanaians don't have access to potable water, potable drinking water. Right. Okay? You go to most of our communities today and everywhere, even in the city of Accra, go and check the deplorable state of our roads. Go check the state of our education. Today, our educational system is in shambles because we are not investing in education. School children are not getting access to textbooks, even at the basic level. It's been 2 years since a new curriculum was introduced, and yet, to date, teachers don't have the approved GES textbooks to teach the children in our basic schools based on the new curriculum. The situation is not different at the senior high level. In fact, today when you go to our secondary schools, they are confronted with a serious spatial, constraint. That is what has accounted for double track, because this government is not building new schools and they are not expanding existing infrastructure the way they should. And so, no, which is just a slogan as we speak. No, Agenda 111 is just a slogan, just like they promise to do one district, one hospital, or one village, one dam, or $1 million per constituency every year, or one district, one factory. It is a slogan. They specialize in cheap political rhetorics and sloganeering. But when it comes to real delivery, they are always found wanting. And so the point is, we prioritize investments in the productive sectors of the economy, investments in developmental projects that create jobs, that creates value for the economy, that propels economic growth and improve the livelihoods of Ghanaians, like I've said. They prioritize consumption and profligacy